I wanted to have a quick conversation, not related to the podcast, but have any of you guys been to McDonald's? Yeah,
the
just
Pentagon.
McDonald's lately, like a drive-through.
No, I was going to, but I went to Fat Bastard Burrito and stuff.
I went when
Really
I dropped
good
my
place.
sister off at Guelph. That was
So
a couple months ago.
their new intercom system fucked me up one morning.
Why?
I was going through the drive-through to get myself a coffee, and then the intercom, right on it, an AI voice will go, "Hi."
Yes.
And they just say hi. They
Yeah.
don't say, "Have your reward points ready." It's
No,
just,
that
"Hey."
was a thing,
Sometimes
yeah.
they do.
Sometimes they do.
But
The one I go to didn't.
Yeah.
It just said, "Hey." And so I read out my order. And then since it's two screens side by side and somebody else was ordering their thing, it echoed off of their thing. And it sounded like they said, "Okay, please pull up."
So
And I'm like, I pulled up and I'm like, "I'm ahead of this other car. Cool.
what?
Hey, are you this order?" Fuck no. Sorry, I think your AI voice fucked me up. I'm so sorry.
That is like, why put AI in one of those things? Like, what's the point?
Hey, what did you
Yeah.
get at the McDonald's meal? The McDonald's, was it the Minecraft meal?
The Minecraft meal?
The
Was it
Minecraft meal.
Minecraft
Flinted meal.
Flinted meal.
That's a terrible transition.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna. Hey guys, did we do it? Are we making
I
that?
think we gotta practice that again. We
let's
gotta
do
learn that one
that.
down.
You guys seen any movies recently?
What was the last movie I went to go to theaters to see? I went to see Friendship, Tim Robinson movie. Really
Okay.
good, but I would never watch it again.
Thumbs down from Joey over here.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't want? Have you seen any movies?
No, not recently. I'm waiting for the Demon Slayer movie.
Dude, I just saw How to Train Your Dragon, the remake.
Ooh,
Right.
And
how was
honestly,
that?
It's kind of weird, you know, like remaking something that wasn't originally designed to be around live action, right?
Yeah.
It's like animated, not really live action. It'd be like trying to make a video game into a movie.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I think I've seen this one before.
Today we're doing what video games we'd like to see as a movie.
Oh,
Because
yes,
video games, some of them have fantastic plots.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of great ones, but one that people talk about a lot is Final Fantasy VII. Like, I just want to throw that
Really?
out there, just
Is
in
that
general.
is that something that people really like want to see
Pe-
turned into a
People,
movie?
not even into a movie. People talk about the plot a lot online.
How
I
many
see.
times have they remade that game, bro?
Like a million.
Final Fantasy, I believe its most popular edition is 14, and it's one of the most popular video games. Like
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding you.
yeah.
we
I've
don't
seen it.
talk to people who play Final
Yeah.
Fantasy, but it's one of the most
Mhm.
popular games.
Yeah. And 7 was like the nostalgic one. Like, it's
Yeah.
the one a lot of people grew up with,
Mm.
kind of thing. So, and the plot there was, it wasn't really together, because it was like, bad guy wants to call down Meteor.
I think that's awesome.
He's gonna blow up the earth.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah, but they did it. That would be a cool video game
That would be
movie.
a
It's
cool
like, you know what? Let's start off with a heater video game movie that's already in the works. The Zelda movie.
I am
Yeah.
so excited for that. What do you guys think about the controversy going around?
Isn't that the actor or something like that?
Yeah, the people are saying that this actor would make a perfect Zelda. And I've looked at her. She looks like Zelda.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that would be a perfect Zelda. People are complaining because she's trans. Used to be a guy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Have they not seen Chic, bro?
Like, yeah,
Chic-
literally.
If you're a good actor and you look like the character, have at it. Like,
Yeah.
I have
Okay,
no
but what's your
quarrel.
opinions on Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder?
What reference is this?
He
You don't know?
didn't get any
No.
flack for that
He
I didn't-
didn't.
because
Robert
other
Downey
characters
Jr.
were worse. He did blackface.
Did blackface.
Yeah, he did blackface. in that.
I'm pulling this up for you.
Yeah.
No, don't pull it up. Don't pull it up. I'll put it up on screen. I believe you. I don't want Robert Downey Jr. blackface on my computer.
Tropic
or your
Thunder
computer.
was an old movie that was like highly well received. It was very crass for its time.
Yeah.
Like it was out there kind of comedy. Robert Downey Jr. did
Like,
blackface.
he wasn't like black. Like he wasn't from
No.
Africa, but he was darkish.
Yeah, his mom warned him. She's like, "Don't take this role.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you do this."
Dang, his mom was ahead of her time. Good for her.
But no, he did it, and he wasn't the one who got in trouble for it at all. Because I
He's just an
forget.
actor.
I forget. It's not just that because he was an actor. There was another actor in Tropic Thunder that got in more trouble.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, the thing with
that
Robert
covered
Downey Jr. though is people asked him, "Would you do a sequel?" And he said, "If the right people are doing it."
yeah.
I mean,
That's with any movie.
good for him
mostly,
though. Yeah, if they pay
you
him enough,
enjoy it.
that's probably what he meant, bro. If
Yeah,
they pay him enough.
but
But
good
yeah.
video game movies.
Yeah.
So the one in the works right now is Legend of Zelda.
Zelda movie.
I'm very excited for it.
I think I could be very excited for it. It all depends on what they adapt. Because if they
Yeah.
adapt the wrong kind of stuff, like I don't want to see a Great Fairy, man. I do
What?
not want to see a live action Great Fairy.
What is
So-
you're afraid of greatness?
Oh no, my lobster's too buttery. and my skin's too jiggly.
I think for me it's my favorite. Like I've played every Zelda game other than Twilight Princess. That's the only one I haven't touched.
And that one's really
And-
good.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. I just right now currently they're going for like $200. I'm not spending that money. But my biggest
what?
fear, just the game itself.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess?
Twilight Princess.
Nintendo games like just skyrocket in price once you can't
Yeah.
get them anymore. And
Dude, I have
comfortable.
I got it for like $30.
so now Emmett
Okay, so
has Twilight
I'm
Princess.
borrowing your Wii.
Yeah.
Here's the next thing that I was gonna mention is that I'm worried that they're gonna do it wrong.
Yeah.
Like I understand that Zelda is a kid's game, it's a kid's genre, like the Minecraft movie.
Mhm.
The movie won't be made for me.
I don't think.
But God, do I ever want it to be?
Right.
Like I want it to be made for me. I want it to have.
I
like,
want to
deep
be like
emotional
I want it to
themes.
be teen for teen. I want Link to say fuck.
Excuse me, princess.
Like
Fuck.
when they do like the CD-ROM, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off, but I won't think it's a good adaptation. So that's the issue too that we face for video game movies. It's either a good movie or a good adaptation. It's rarely both, right? For like the Sonic movies, right? They had a decent plot, but Sonic was not important to the plot. He could have been any different kind
Yeah.
of character,
Yep.
and it still would have worked the same, right? In the second and third movie, they added a lot more Sonic traits and also
100%.
inside jokes to the community.
Mm.
I mean, of course, in the first movie there was like Sandic.
And chili dogs.
And chili
dogs.
Who posted my news on Twitter.com?
Yeah, so they definitely did tie in the Sonic stuff a lot in the second and third movie once they realized, oh, this is actually profitable. People want this.
Yep.
Grandpa, I can't believe this. I know, grandson, a woman in the workforce.
that movie was really
Sorry,
good.
my bad. Yeah, again, really movie. It's rare to see that happen. I think a bad example is just straight up Borderlands.
Yeah, Borderlands.
Movie?
Yes.
Exactly.
So-
they have Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
So I don't know all of the actors' names for their lineup and everything like that, but I play Borderlands myself in my free time with my girlfriend. And the movie, we looked at the lineup and went, we ain't watching this. Like, these games, Borderlands has kind of been falling off since 2. It's kind of been just slowly down, like, on its downhill trend, what have you. Its movie, though, that's like a nail in the coffin type of movie. They're lucky they're releasing a game because their lineup was so bad. They had Kevin Hart as, I think it was Ronan.
Who was Psycho? I forget who Psycho was.
I don't know why they included Psycho, because a lot of these characters, like all of them, are from Borderlands 2 era, right? And they interacted with each other, but not in the ways that they ever interacted in the movie.
Oh,
And-
just like completely
So,
different.
from what I
Yeah.
know about Borderlands is that you pick a character to be,
Yes.
which is basically like a choose your class.
I've
Yeah.
never played Borderlands.
It's kind of it's just a shooter, but there's like a RPG elements.
okay.
Yes.
If that
So
makes sense.
I
if
just hear the comedy's great.
It is. It's a fun.
if I were to give you the 2-minute sketch of Borderlands, you start off, you pick a character, which is essentially your class. You have 3 different trees that you can go into that determine how your playstyle is going to be throughout the game. It's looter. It's looter. It's shooter. You grind until you get
Yeah.
that fancy little golden gun, and you just keep going.
I think
Okay.
Borderlands is gone if this next game does bad.
Oh, if it flops, it's
flopped.
terrible.
Yeah.
I think let's talk about another movie that came up, the Mario movie. That was a theater
was good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That was also just before everyone started trashing movie theaters for no goddamn
Yeah,
good
that was-
reason.
Okay, I talked about this with some of my film buddies from college. The Minecraft movie kind of brought everyone back to theaters.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
It really did. Like
That's so
no
fair.
one else was going to theaters until we saw everyone trashing.
Yeah,
the
it's like
theaters.
kind of like Devious Licks in a way, where everyone's like
Yeah.
is just doing it now.
But like I
Damn.
went to the theater after that with my girlfriend, and we watched like 3 movies since then at the theater.
This is like
I'm
the
like, whoa.
this is like the downhill for people who kiss in movie theaters. I'm all for this. I hate those people.
Mm.
No more making out in movie theaters
Thank
for you,
God.
couples.
Oh yeah, the people that just go there and do a lot of stuff and stuff they definitely shouldn't do because
I
you're
hate
being
them.
caught. Like you're on camera.
I hate them.
Yeah, it's really
I
unfortunate.
hate them.
Why are you looking at?
The camera because it's the
'cause he
audience. I
hates
hate
them.
them.
I
I
hate
hate
Oh,
them.
I hate my audience.
Not the audience.
Another
I
thing
love
is-
you.
Another thing is like, dude, you're on camera. You know that they got like seeing that our cameras in there.
Like they
You're,
definitely
they
know
see you.
what you're doing.
They see
Yeah.
you, and it's not just the cameras that see you; it's the people next to you that see you.
Remember when we saw the Sonic movie and there was that one couple that brought a blanket in and they went all the way to the back?
No,
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I
this is
think
being
I
cut
think I
then.
remember a little bit of that, but that's like,
I
I
think
don't
blankets.
know. Maybe they just brought blanket. I'm not gonna
I
draw
don't.
conclusions from
Fair
that.
enough. Let's cut
I
this
bring
part.
blankets.
Let's-
No, I'm not cutting this. I
No.
bring blankets to bringing a blanket to a movie theater is fine. I do it all the time.
When I said the blanket, I meant more as to cover up conspicuous activities.
but how do we know?
Because I looked behind me.
But
during
why
the
male
movie.
models?
This is
But why male model?
this is a film theory.
I love that movie. Zoolander's awesome.
Speaking of great movies, what pick would be your
Mm.
favorite? Like, it can't even be your favorite video game. It's gotta be the best video game that's one of the greatest stories that can be adapted to film.
So
right?
more so, we pick a game that would be adapted into a movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
like either it's likely or you think that the story can be translated well into film.
100%.
Because like if you just pick your favorite game, like I pick Super Monkey Ball, what the fuck are you gonna make
That movie would be peak. I'm not gonna argue
It's a
it.
4D experience.
It has to be a 4D experience. and you just-
Whoa!
it's a speedrunning movie, and you just get whipped into the air.
like spilling it everywhere.
Dude, wait, the 4D movies are the scratch and sniff. What am I smelling from the monkeys? So much artillery!
First we monkey, then we ball.
Hold on, 100 men versus one monkey ball. We'd all
Monkey
die.
balls, yeah.
Monkey
Appa, you
ball.
go left. Appa, you go right. Let's go. I think a genuinely good movie, and I saw this on the list, and I've genuinely thought
what
about
do
it.
you mean the list?
The episode cheat sheet. Red Dead Redemption 2
Yes.
Oh.
would have made still will
It
make it
already
phenomenal.
is a very
It's a Western
cinematic
movie.
experience.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
basically a movie that you play.
So when was
Yeah.
like the last good Western movie that you saw come out?
I'd probably say Logan. Controversial take.
Yeah, I would classify it as semi-Western, but we're in need of another.
Yeah. We haven't had a great like the pirate era, not pirate.
The pirate era. Pirate era.
There's 900 episodes of that one.
Yeah.
900,
The-
try 1,200. We're there now.
I ain't watching all
The
that.
baby who watches One Piece is ahead of me.
Yikes, unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Can't remember it all.
we are missing a lot of westerns. We're out like during like the early 2010s. I'm gonna say like
Yeah.
when Rango came out, we were in a cowboy
Rango.
era.
Rango
right?
must have been the last decent cowboy like adaptation for a movie.
No, there's been more.
What about Ridiculous 6 with Adam Sandler?
Never
That was
watched it,
fantastic.
therefore
It was
don't
bad.
care.
It was
Rango was
terrible.
the best
When
because
did,
it had a
when did
rattlesnake with.
Django Unchained come out?
Mm,
Uh,
I think around the time of Rango. But
Dude,
yeah, I don't
Rango had
remember.
a rattlesnake with a minigun on its tail wearing a
And
cowboy
it was
hat.
peak character.
That was
design.
peak.
Yeah,
You
can't
can't fight me on it.
It's peak, but I'm saying like a great western. You're kind of right. Like Red Dead Redemption 2. First of all, great story, great game, realistic. It was basically already designed to be a movie, just in a game.
Yeah.
form.
What's your favorite part? What would your favorite part
100
be?
men versus the O. Arthur scene.
Okay, I don't get that.
I don't
It's-
understand
it's,
it.
you
either.
get a letter from Mary Beth. Not Mary Beth. I forget her name. It's Arthur's girlfriend. It might be Mary Beth. And it's just like it's Arthur. Oh Arthur, I was just starting to dream the silliest dream because they know they can never be together because like she wants a normal life and a family and he
Oh.
wants to be a
Oh
cowboy.
yeah, it was- yeah.
And it's awful, dude. And then he gets TB.
Oh,
Yeah, because I've seen that clip where it's just like a doctor's washing his
Yeah.
hands. Like, you know it's bad
Yeah.
in the 1800s of a doctor
if you're
washing,
washing
his
your
hands.
hands.
Yeah, but it'd be like a normal scene, and then if Arthur just like goes coughs, I'm jumping. I'm
Yeah.
out of my seat. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's over.
I
He's
think
gotten
that
into a handkerchief,
Yeah.
looks down, there's blood. Emmett's
Not
like-
even
Emmett's
just like a
going to
single like
popcorn.
he's like clearing his throat. I'm like, God dang.
yeah.
I saw a Reddit clip online. Like I posted it, and it's like, man, this game's so realistic. Dust flew in the air, and Arthur coughed. The comments were just like, yeah, it is, buddy. Yeah, it
Wait,
is.
What
They
would the
didn't tell him.
runtime be for it?
I
Because
would
Red
assume,
Dead's
like,
a
Oh, it'd have to be
long
like 3
game.
hours.
Yeah, but a lot of the longness of the game comes from the beauty of the side quests and exploring the world, right?
Not even like it takes you what an hour and a half to beat the tutorial where you're allowed to free roam.
Yeah, but you could
Yeah, but
definitely.
the tutorial is like, here's how you hunt.
That's like 10
Here's how you
minutes
ride a
of movie
horse.
time
True,
less,
true.
honestly.
Exactly. And they don't need to do a 35-minute long mission on how to track an animal. I'm
Like,
sorry.
and they're,
Yeah.
they're not gonna have some like in like video games where it's like you're in a forest, like press shift to run. They're not gonna have that in the movie.
Mm.
I wish more movies actually did that, where they had graffiti around that says "press shift to run."
That would be crazy.
What if we did that in real life? What if we just stole Markiplier's bit?
Video game movies
Yeah,
in
that's
real
kind of
life.
what I was alluring to. I seen Markiplier say that. That's
Yeah,
smart.
I think Red Dead would make a fantastic movie. It'd make a bad video game movie because there's a different caliber, right? Because like, how truthful can it be to the games, or is it just a western at that point?
I think it would just be a really like close retelling, and that's probably why they haven't done it. Is because they wouldn't change. There's not much to change.
Do you just
yeah.
want a really good western?
I just want a really good western. I've tried making one myself. They're not easy.
No.
Cowboy Bar Fight
One and two.
One
Yeah,
and two.
one
Both
and two.
peak. I was in one of them.
I
You
liked
were-
them.
They're fun to make. I still
Yeah.
go back and watch that scene where Zach punches me in the face.
It's so good.
But
You got a concussion in like everything you filmed ever.
just two. But I can't remember the
and,
rest.
two, and there was only 2 cowboy bar fights.
Hold on.
Guys, don't tell them there's 7.
Well, we can't say Fortnite. We've done that before. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I don't think Fortnite would be transferred over.
No,
to that
but
yet.
it-
Like, what are we gonna like? You'd have to fit in all the pop culture. Just be Ralph breaks the internet again, and we've already discussed
would
that
be-
that is terrible.
Yeah, I gone back and done some thinking on the previous episode, and I don't know why I defended Ralph Breaks the Internet so much. I really don't like it. I actually don't think
we
it's...
change and grow on this podcast,
We
guys.
change and grow as
Good for
people.
us, bro.
Anyways,
Ugh.
on to changing and growing. I want a different type of movie. So, there's like always the exhilarating movies like Red Dead Redemption, like how you mentioned there.
Yep.
And then just action movies in general, Free Guy, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I want, and I told you guys this, told you the first one earlier. The first one would be a Helldivers movie.
That's a
I
good
like
movie.
Helldivers, but my movie that I want to pitch here is a Hollow Knight movie. I want an entirely silent and
Dude.
acoustic movie where
Autistic movie.
No acoustic.
No, but
like the guitar. No,
for the last 1 minute of your talking, you're saying like this movie. I have one primed in my head, and then you'll understand when I say mine. But you're just like saying like Helldivers, but I have a better one that really discriminates. And you
Yeah.
went, huh. And I'm like, fuck, in my head because my pick is
Oh.
Halo.
Wait a minute, that's been done.
The
yeah,
Halo
there's a
movie?
Halo.
There's a
movie.
Halo movie and there's the Halo TV show. It's been done.
There's two.
Okay, so the reason you haven't heard about them is because both of them
I
were
want a
so
better
bad.
one. People love the
Yeah.
lore of Halo. So much so that people read the books and talk about them
Yeah.
online and discuss the lore of the books more than the video games themselves.
So
Yeah.
the reason the show was such a flop is because Master Chief himself was written by someone who did not play Halo, or it felt like that because he takes off his helmet
He
constantly.
takes off his helmet?
Constantly.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Okay, well then I have to think of a new pick. Joey, keep explaining Hollow.
So I
fuck
want
nuts.
Hollow Knight. So for the people who haven't played Hollow Knight, it's a very tranquil and then fighting heavy game. So the tranquil spaces that you explore, beautiful like hand-drawn scenery to each of them. Their soundtrack is on par with like Undertale and Deltarune that's going around right now for being popular, but a very vibey experience. I want a movie where I can just lay back in that seat that reclines and just listen to a movie where maybe I listen to 2 characters talk. Some of the suspense goes up. I get that big finale of the boss fight, maybe some mystery without the main character talking at all. And I just want to experience that as a movie.
What ending would you want?
I would want probably the original ending where the Hollow Knight himself
Becomes
is
the
chained.
vessel.
Yes, becomes the vessel and is chained down himself.
Yeah.
I think I want it to be allured to, or if it was like a prequel to it,
Yeah.
I want it to be allured to that he has those little dream symbols popping off of him at the end, like
Yeah, there's
like as
more.
it's a teaser for a
There's
second
more
movie.
to it.
What if it was like Clue, where they released 3 endings and each one depending on where
That
you
was
go?
a cool idea done by Clue.
Mhm.
Emmett, if you haven't heard of this, Clue actually did a movie.
Yeah, the board game Clue.
The board
got
game
a
Clue
movie.
did a movie, and they released.
Does that count as a video game movie?
No, because it's not a
No,
video game. It's a
it's a
board
board
game.
game. It's a game movie.
Game movie.
But they released 3 different endings to the movie and played them all in random different theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because how you solve Clue,
That's
right? Is
so
like this
much
person did it in
fun.
this
So cool.
room, right?
Oh, that's so much fun.
So people were talking about it after. This was before the internet as well, or like slightly before.
Before everybody was kind
yeah.
of chatting
Yeah.
about it online.
Yeah, so no one ever talked about it. So if you only saw it once and you didn't talk to anyone about it, you had no idea.
Yeah.
So if you talked to someone else and they saw a different
Oh
ending.
my god, imagine the conversation like at coffee. You'd be like Sunday morning coffee, like, hey, the ending of Clue was crazy. The other guy saw a different ending.
Yeah.
Who like I'd get so
Dude,
mad.
I can't
going.
believe that this happened, and like you can't go back and fact check. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's
I would be
I'm not
so
buying another
mad.
ticket. Imagine you two see different endings. You go back and you see the third ending, and now you're both
Yeah,
second guessing
so-
yourself.
Bro, I'm not going to Sunday coffee and immediately going, bro, that Clue movie. I'm spilling hot coffee all over you.
Dude,
if you
it's the
mention that to me.
90s. What else did you talk about?
Bro, that
Feeding
Clue
your
is-
wife?
Asbestos in my house? That's what I talked about to them. This shit fireproof. My lungs have never
I
felt
love
better.
working at the asbestos factory and going home and beating my wife.
Man, the asbestos in my house is crazy. As he says, taking a drag from a cigarette. Like,
It can't
the
catch on
asbestos is
fire.
crazy.
You heard about this cancer shit?
Honey, go make me a sandwich. Like, damn.
Like, is that what you, like, talk about the Clue movie instead, Joey. Don't do that.
Yeah, whatever. Just
I
stick
don't know.
with the times, why don't you? Don't be progressive, whatever.
I
Whatsoever.
think if you were to include Clue into I think I should leave my husband. Yeah, that Clue movie, dude. I think it's kind of out of place. I don't know.
But yeah, I think Hollow Knight movie could be cool.
I think
Thank
it'd be
you.
cool. I think it'd be unique.
Definitely, like,
Yes.
like I want them to give it like the Spider-Man treatment, where
Yeah.
every frame is a painting.
Yeah.
I think that would make it peak. They aren't doing that, though.
That's what I want out of that movie. It's less that I want
But
a
what, like,
cohesive story.
What would the
It's-
plot be? You know, like
There,
you said
there
you
is an
don't want it.
original. There's an
There's a
original plot.
My
to Hollow
biggest
Knight.
worry
But
is
is it
that
enough to make like an hour-and-a-half movie?
Oh yeah.
my biggest worry is that to be like conversation, traverse area, fight, traverse area, fight, traverse
Mm.
area, fight, ending.
But there's
But didn't like Princess Bride do
there's-
that?
there's so much variety.
And
Like
it's-
that's the
yeah,
game.
it's considered like a peak movie.
Yeah.
Dialogue fight, dialogue fight, dialogue
I
fight.
Yeah,
guess
true.
so.
It's a peak
Um,
movie. Like, sure, they took breaks because like it was a grandpa telling it to his kid, and they cut out the boring parts. That's like kind of the whole thing about it.
Yeah.
But like, they definitely did that, and
They
like,
definitely
you
did
can
that,
definitely
Dad.
do it again.
The game itself does that. It's traverse, fight, and then story, traverse, fight, talk,
It's
story.
yeah, it's a
But
Metroidvania.
think about how different these areas are that you explore them, and what different things you run into. You run into different creatures and everything like that, but you run into different spaces that are secrets in the game. Like you run into a what's it? It's like a hot spring that just heals you,
Mhm.
and that's just off the beaten path to the side or something like
Yeah.
that. And those are everywhere.
Yeah. I think that movie would make a great final, not product, final exam for a film student.
I agree.
I think because
yeah.
that's the only really way it would make it to the market. Because no mega media companies picking this up and being like, no dialogue, just cute
Yeah,
backgrounds.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do too well in the market. What do you mean by final exam? Like someone made that?
Like it's their final project.
Oh, like someone made that themselves.
Yeah.
That's like
as a passion project.
I was like, does
to
the
get
Yes.
rated.
does the film student have to watch it and then like write
No.
an essay on it?
No.
Like-
I was thinking,
I meant like, you know how for film you have to make films.
yeah,
yeah.
Not necessarily. You could be a producer.
You could also just be unemployed.
Kill yourself. Let my point work. Yes, and me, bitch. Yes, and me.
You could just be a producer.
I think
Oh man.
if you also get a kid to do it, like just fresh out of college and everything like that, then they have a lot more passion to put it in that project.
100%.
I
They,
think
they
you
haven't
don't-
been beaten down yet
Yeah.
by their
You
producer.
don't hire any A-list actor. You hire Z-list actors.
Yeah.
Z-list?
Because they'll put their
what
soul
about
into it.
ZP list actors?
Like Zach Poppy. Zach Poppy is an A-list actor, and no one. Can
That's
tell
why
me
we had him
otherwise.
on the podcast,
Dude.
because he is an actor of many
Crazy
films.
crossover event. I have to tell you guys this life story. I went down today to meet with an old college buddy because he's looking to make some films, and I'm like, "Pff, I can make films.
I
I'm
can
the
be in a porno.
Yeah, I
if you
could
need
I'm
do
me
the
to.
film guy." He showed us his demo, and his two main actors were a girl I went to grade school with and Zach Poppy.
What?
Yes!
Holy
Yes!
crossover event!
That's
He's like, yeah, he's
awesome!
like, yeah, Zach is my greatest actor, and this is my best friend.
No
I'm like,
way!
crossover event. I spent like 6 years of my life.
That
with
was
this
your
person.
real life
That's
beach episode.
crazy.
Yeah, I
That
literally
was.
put in the whole like.
Did
I
Goku
lost my
fly
mind.
down too?
Goku fly down and Luffy showed up at the same time.
That's
I smelled some meat over here, guy.
busy day.
And Popeye showed up and said, "Why I oughta?"
Eat some
Eat
spinach.
some spinach. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forget where we were now.
I think I should pick my movie now.
Yes,
Yeah, I'd
please.
agree.
Because I was going to pick the Halo movie,
Well,
but
that's
it
been
flopped so
done.
hard that I had no idea that it was
The
done.
original movie came out in like 2012. Like, it
So,
was a long time ago.
I'm going to pick my favorite childhood game. A little bit of Aiden trivia. What is it?
Sly
Oh.
Cooper.
Yeah,
Right,
he
way.
got
Is he
that
on
shit.
the
He's
road?
on that shit. He's a real
That's
one.
That's what
crazy.
bricked this computer.
Sly
That's
Cooper.
That's what
computer.
bricked that
Yes,
Sly
because
Cooper
I
is
Sly
killed the
Cooper emulator.
podcast.
you can't talk about emulators.
It's
on-
okay. It's PlayStation. They let it happen.
You can talk about emulators. YouTube has emulators all over it.
Yeah.
I have purchased the game legally probably several times.
There, problem solved.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
In
Minecraft.
no, I played it as a child. I am not booting up my
What
parents'
it-
computer to emulate Sly Cooper.
You
At
downloaded a
8
virus,
years
your
old.
pants slip down, something happens. Why? What's Sly Cooper? I've never heard of Sly Cooper.
Sly
Why would
Cooper
it make a
the
good
Thievius
movie?
Raccoonist, peak movie. You ever hear of The Bad Guys? The movies that have been coming
Mm.
out?
Yeah.
Animated animals who were born to be bad, kind of thing. Like,
Okay.
and then they go on heists.
Yep. Yeah,
Sly
I've seen it.
Cooper, the main character Sly, he is a raccoon,
Oh.
little thiefy boy, right?
Okay.
And he comes from a great line of thieves, right?
There you
And then he got abandoned at an orphanage because his parents got murdered tragically by the Claw
Hap-
Gang.
go.
The Beanbag Boys.
The Beanbag Boys. By the Claw Gang. And there's a lot of lore behind them and everything, but I'm just gonna kind of try to keep it short a little bit.
Yep.
Because I can nerd out about this a lot.
Yeah, it's the hyperfixation.
Yeah.
You can go on for hours.
So in Sly Cooper 1, what happens is there's a thing that Sly is looking for called the Thievius Raccoonus.
I like that.
Which is the generational book from every single great descendant of thieves. One of them is like a bandit who's a parody of the Kid.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one's a knight. One is an ancient raccoon who is just a big hulking motherfucker who
Awesome.
stole eggs from nests. And he wrote down his technique, which is grab shit.
That's
That's
a good
awesome.
technique.
That's
I
a
should
good
read
technique.
up on that.
Yeah. The local Walmart doesn't want you to know this trick.
Whoa, slow down.
Dude, I read the book.
Oh my god.
Oh.
But no.
For the
You can
lovely
read?
audio listeners, which we have 3 of now,
Let's go!
he grabbed a candle on the table.
Yeah, so in the first game, what happens is him and his orphanage buddies, Murray the Muscle and Bentley the Brains. Bentley's a turtle, Murray is a hippo. They both don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just helping out their best buddy.
Nice.
Murray's the getaway driver at the start.
The turtle.
The baby
the
driver.
the turtle is not the getaway driver.
Oh, thank
That
God.
would've been
That
really
would've
funny.
been
so
awesome.
He's the
funny.
guy who, like, when you go on reconnaissance missions and everything, you basically he makes the plan.
Yeah.
Right. So in the first movie, in the first game, what you do is you go through the Claw Gang's organizations. Each there's a member for each one that has a part of the Thievius Raccoonus, which
Ah.
made their area so great. Like, they are overlords of their certain areas.
Oh, because of the piece of paper they got?
Yeah, because of the piece of paper that they have locked
Okay.
away.
On the piece of
I
paper,
was so
it'll
good
say
at-
grab shit.
Dude, I was so good at yoinking shit that I yoinked this town and now they're all great.
But yeah, one of them owns like a casino town. He's the muscle kind of guy. What's his name? He's a dog, not dog fucker, but he's a dog person who walks around on his arms instead of his legs. Mugshot. His name's Mugshot.
That's a
Awesome
great
name.
name.
Awesome
Yeah,
name.
and he's got to be one of my favorite. He shows up in like a lot of the games,
Nice.
and it's awesome.
Isn't it? It's kind of sound like Crash Bandicoot a little bit to me.
Not
It's
really.
what
It's
it-
not very similar to Crash Bandicoot.
I
like its
honestly.
story.
I've seen you play it
Yeah.
lots in school.
Yeah. The story's. I think if I were to adapt it, I would definitely pick the first one because you can have the orphanage, you have the parents being killed. You could tease the later games as well for the people,
Yeah.
and then you could see him grow up. But the only thing I would change is to add elements of Sly 2, which
Yeah.
is basically what happens in that one is that the Claw Gang tries to come back and revive Clockwork, who is a giant metal bird who made himself immortal to hunt down this family because he hates them so much.
Awesome.
Peak hater mentality.
Yeah,
I
in the
love
first
that.
game you take him down, and the
That's my
second game he
goal.
comes back. But the main difference in the second game is that Murray and Bentley are both playable characters, so
Oh,
they
that's
have more to
cool.
do. Right, so you can. It's one of the first games where like switching characters were very popularized.
In a
Yeah.
movie,
In a
it's just
movie,
switching POVs.
It's Ocean 11.
It's
based-
Ocean 11.
It's
Wait
Ocean's
a minute.
11 is
That
what it is.
actually might be really good.
Yeah, because they were thinking about it. There is a clip online for the Sly movie. There was a teaser trailer.
Oh no way.
They were going to do it, and then they got canceled because
Oh.
what they did was they tried to do a revival. basically, because they had 1, 2, and 3 all come out. Then they gave it off to some random company in Quebec.
Nice.
Yeah, Senzu something. It's a monkey is their logo. Who then remade the first 3 games into the remasters for the PS3.
Okay.
They sold decently. They're like, all right, make a 4th game. The game was terrible.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Always.
It was a good plot, but it didn't load worth shit. Didn't play like shit. And the remakes were okay, but they weren't properly resized. So whenever you went to go like do something, like whenever it's like achievement unlocked, it'd like show the banners across your whole screen, but then the black bars are still there.
Oh, that's
Oh.
unfortunate.
Yeah, so it looked really bad. But anyway, to cut off this tangent because I'm going really long.
I think it's interesting. I
Yeah,
still
I'm
think
having a
Sly
good time
It'd
Cooper
be
is
with it.
Ocean's
interesting.
11 where he tries to get the Thievius Raccoonus back.
Yeah.
And then I want that one to be it because you need information about the first game to fully enjoy the second game,
Mhm.
which I didn't play the first game before I played the second game. The second game was still peak.
Average childhood things.
I hope
You just pick up a game and
Yeah.
play it.
Dude, I'm thinking here, I'm hoping that Aiden's getting so much of this game wrong, and we're gonna have one
No,
dedicated
no.
viewer in the
Dude,
comment
yeah,
rip
dude,
you to
trust me.
shreds.
Zach,
Trust
look at
me.
Zach.
Get Zach on
I
this.
am not wrong about this. This can be off the pod, but I will tell you everything that happens in all 4 games. I didn't even play
I
the
can't
4th
wait.
one.
You know
One
who
thing of
pe-
your sentences is clipped out of context here, and I'm gonna get
Here
my
we go,
guy
yeah,
on it.
You know
I'm
those
gonna get
people
my
who are
guy
like,
on it.
who are like, I'm gonna watch a movie in my head. That's Aiden with Sly Cooper. So you can just
Yeah.
Dude,
imagine the
I
whole
remember
game.
the ending of it so well because at the very end of the credits, there's like a little game you can play, and at the very end, nope, there's not a little game you can play. The credits are just very
Almost
interesting.
caught him.
It's actually just very interesting. And at the very end, you're not editing that
No,
out.
I'm
You're
not.
not editing that out. I
We
swear to
almost
God.
caught him.
Yeah, at the very end, there's a tagline that just says, "You did it. You did it. You beat the game. Now go outside."
Yeah.
Staring at the
I've
black
seen
screen.
What? Oh, there's a secret achievement. I seen this recently for beating a Jurassic Park game. I believe it's on the PS3. What's his name? He's a scientist. He's very popular.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz?
What
No.
movie is he in?
Give
I
me
don't know.
something to work on.
He's
besides
I know,
scientist.
it's so-
Neil
it's so
deGrasse
tough.
Tyson.
No.
Is that a real
Uh,
life scientist? fake
Albert
scientist?
Einstein.
You're just listing people off at this
Amelia
point.
Earhart.
Yeah, what does this scientist do?
I just know he's a scientist in Jurassic Park. Continue your conversation. I will actually.
You
It doesn't
are
even
my
matter.
conversation.
Actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter.
Conversation.
You know what? It doesn't even
of the
matter.
How's the
conversation.
weather?
you can see it right there. It doesn't matter who he is, but basically,
Okay,
if
but
you
what if we're like continuing the conversation for a minute? We just pan the camera to the cat.
The cat,
For,
yeah.
like, a
he's just
minute.
chilling there. It's the cat minute. Anyways, jeez, I'm losing my train of thought here. There's so much happening. Anyways, if you 100% the game, which very little people did because it was a very bad game, you 100% it, you get a personalized video from the actor that says, "Congratulations, you did it. You 100%ed the game. Go outside.
That's actually kinda awesome.
Go outside. Why did you do this?"
That's sick.
Why did you make me do this?
At the end of the game, saying, "Hey, why'd you play the game?" is
That's
hilarious.
hater. That's
That's
I
the
hate-
opposite, bro. I beat Mario Galaxy. Mario hits me with a "Thank you so much." I'm
For
like,
playing my game.
Welcome,
And
bro.
now you can play as
Was
Luigi.
that Mario
too.
Galaxy?
Yeah, Mario Galaxy.
I thought it was Mario 64.
I thought it was Mario 64.
It's Galaxy.
Was it?
Galaxy,
Galaxy.
really?
They might have done it. in
No, because
64.
Mario doesn't even talk in Mario Galaxy. He says, "Yahoo!"
Yeah, but at the end, he hits you with the "Thank you so much for playing." Like, trust me.
No,
It
'cause
might-
that's
no,
an
no,
old style.
Okay, you know
that's
what-
gotta be 64. Buzzer him! Buzzer
I'm
him!
not being
buzzing.
buzzard because Sly Cooper is yours. Mario Galaxy is mine. I know.
I
Joey,
it.
love
what's
Mario
your
Galaxy.
special interest game?
My special interest game?
Yeah, like-
oh man,
Yeah, Mario Galaxy,
That's-
Sly Cooper. What's the one that you played a million times growing up?
that's got to be difficult.
Was
Like
it
I
Plants
played.
vs Zombies.
No, it obviously wasn't.
Wait a minute. Can we get the Plants vs Zombies movie that had comic books?
That'd be so bad.
What are you talking about? That
Yeah,
What would be the
worth it?
plot?
I think it would
Crazy
be bad.
Dave needs to re-eat his taco. Quick, get in the van. We're going
It
to
depends,
Egypt.
it depends on how they make it.
And-
It depends
No,
if the
they're
story's
gonna
good.
include like he's right behind me, isn't he, guys?
That would be
And
bleed.
it's the one in the fucking desert
Yeah.
where he launches over the plants. He's right behind me.
The
He starts
miner
going
guy,
backwards.
the
Yeah,
old
it's the
miner.
miner with
Yeah.
the dynamite on him.
Dude, okay,
Please.
if they just did like
It would
a
flop.
Saving Private
Yeah.
Ryan remake, but it's Plants vs Zombies.
Trying to save his
Oh,
taco.
Rotoscoped everything in that.
Like,
It's just put it
imagine that. That'd be if they took it so seriously, it might be the greatest movie of all
Okay,
time.
if they took
Ice Beam, no! Talk to me, Ice Beam!
if they make it something super serious, first of all, again, wouldn't make it to production, but it would genuinely be. Get down.
Cherry Bomb, don't do it! Get on my life! Cherry Bomb, no!
I am the angry pumpkin.
So
They're playing in the resonance. It is soaring.
we're cutting this bit off.
Why are we cutting this bit off? That's the greatest bit of all time.
Dude, all that shit would happen. Like, you'd have fucking, like, Ice P die. You'd have him, like, getting ripped apart. And then it'd pan over to Crazy Dave. I'm gonna.
He's at the general's table and is just like slapping down on.
He's like grilling up some burgers over
Do you
there.
think we're the POV of? Do you think we switch POVs a lot, or do you think we're the POV of Crazy
would
Dave's
hope
I
so.
think we would see Dr. Zomboss as well.
Mm.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we'd get both. And it'd be like Garden Warfare 2, like you pick a side.
Do you think Garden? Do you think Garden Zomboss, Dr. Zomboss? Do you think he speaks in German
No,
He speaks English.
yeah, but in the movie.
in the movie? Do you
I
think,
think he would. I think he would.
I think the
that-
character would only hit if he's in German, but all the other soldiers are like speaking English.
I would.
This podcast episode has changed to now, is Dr. Zomboss Hitler but in zombie form?
Yes, but we're not. No.
No, that's the whole episode now. You've changed
That's
me.
not the whole episode.
You've changed me,
We
Aiden.
need to go back to movies.
We need to go back in time to get the
Taco.
taco from ancient Egypt.
It's not in ancient Egypt. It's not.
It's
It's not
not.
in the area
It's
after it.
anywhere.
It's
What
literally
happened was
after
he wanted
that.
to go enjoy it, so he got his time machine to go back like 10 seconds. But
It's
it's
got.
like,
It's Penny.
Oh shit, we're in ancient Egypt.
yeah, it's like
now.
here you go. We're back in ancient Egypt, like a million years before you taco. You get to enjoy it again. And
Oh,
then-
thank God.
Sweet.
It was sweet.
but yeah, anyway.
Dr. Zomboss is there.
So for Red Dead Redemption 2, do you think for that movie, do you think they'd like include some of the first game? Because it's the sequel, right? So do you think
No,
that'd be
no,
kinda
no,
like
no,
their
no.
ending?
Red Dead Redemption 2 is the prequel to Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Red Dead Redemption 1 would be the sequel to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, I think they just call it Red Dead Redemption, and there's fans of the first game, which is John Marston. I think the story of the second game is much, much, much better,
Mhm.
but there's still merit to the first one. I would imagine that they do the second one, and I don't think they would do John Marston's story. In the
Okay.
film
Do you
version.
think your bias is playing a part in that you don't want the first movie
I've played
because
both.
you have played both?
I've played both.
Do you-
I
yes.
So you
take
think
back
the
my
second one's
statement.
better though, obviously.
You're
The second
better
one's
than me.
100% better. It's way more interesting. So the first one follows John Marston hunting down the members of oh my god, I'm forgetting names.
The
But
people that Hasbro sends after people.
No, it's his old gang. They
Oh,
used
okay.
to run together. Dutch. He's hunting down members of Dutch's gang.
Okay.
And the reason he's doing that is because John Marston gets taken from his family, saying, "Hey, we're gonna put you in prison unless you kill these bad guys."
Isn't Dutch in Tahiti though? Or is
He
that...
never made it to Tahiti, buddy.
Oh,
That's the plot of the
Don't tell
prequel.
him, guys.
So the plot of the prequel, it's all of the gang being together, and you work together in the gang to like kind of grow it up. And as the story progresses, Dutch is always like, I got a plan. We're gonna make it out to the west, and we'll be free. And you start out close to the Wild West, and you slowly throughout the game move east and east
that's
and
cool.
east. You get pushed further and further away
Yeah.
from where you want to be
Oh.
until we get to the point where like, hey, Dutch, I think something's up. You're not mentally okay.
Oh.
And then he's like, yeah, but I got my buddy Micah. We got Micah. He's the greatest. Micah's always been a loose cannon. Turns out he's working for the O'Driscolls,
Who could have seen that coming?
which is the rival gang. They kill everyone.
Oh.
They go bad. And then Arthur Morgan's like, I'm going to kill you, Micah. And then he doesn't.
Oh.
So at the epilogue, you play as John. And that's where it's like, it's John Marston, Micah. You go on just a killing spree.
yeah.
You
I've seen
head to
that.
the O'Driscoll's place and you wipe you at the floor.
Damn.
So the
Spoilers.
is like came out in 2017.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 years old.
I'm not supposed to spoil like the birth of a president at this point with
Dang,
those
you're
rules.
spoiling Duck Hunt on the NES? Dude,
Dude, I'm not coming from
Pac-Man
American Pop.
spoilers. God.
Don't tell me you got him for 2016. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Fuck it. Why'd you tell me?
Yeah.
He just waka. Oh, man.
So what scene are you most excited for to see adapted?
I would love to see the
mentioned that.
the 100 men versus the.
I thought you were doing that as a bit. I was.
It is a bit, but it would be I think the most wrenching scene. Like
Yeah.
Do you want like Kingsman action style, or like what kind of action
it's
style?
Western. It's Western style, like shoot offs.
Okay, like you wouldn't want like the action to be any different.
Not like the
There's-
overly done. The
there's-
character's still vulnerable. You
yeah,
still get beat down
You
in
still
the
get
game.
beat. Like a good scene, like in the beginning, is when you first move to a new town and you go to a bar to like kind of one of your gang members gets captured and you take another guy to cool his nerves. You go to a local bar and they just start getting drunk and then a bar fight happens. That would be a good fight scene in that bar. But I would say majority of the movie would be like them planning heists, pulling off
Okay.
the heists. Then they're like, man, we only got $25 each and a quarter. Don't forget the quarter. Fuck you, John.
But $25 back in the day is
It's about
a-
like, yeah, it's a lot, but like they just robbed a fucking bank and they're
Fair
like, dude,
enough.
we risked our lives for like, I forget how much it would be,
for
but it'd be like,
$100,000.
not even. I think it'd be like $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
they risked their lives for $5,000 each, and that's why they're pissed.
Wow.
And that's the moment they're like, wait a minute.
And so Joy, for Hollow Knight, you said that you wanted to be more like a painting kind of thing, just to
Yeah.
be an experience. Is there one specific moment that you think would play so well?
I
Like,
think,
this is what you have to pitch it on, this moment.
Mhm.
oh, does it have to be one moment? Because I think there's multiple moments that could do it. Like,
Well, which one do you think is best?
I'm not going to include any DLC within it because the DLCs are baller as hell. But
Why would you not include? It's a part of the lore.
it's a part of the lore, but it's like you go back
Yeah,
into the middle of the game. It gets muddy if
No,
I try to
the
include
DLCs
it.
you can beat at any time.
Yeah.
It's a little rough. Like one of them is just a circus shows up on the top of the ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's a DLC.
And if they did that correctly, I think that would be peak. I think if you introduced it, like you're going up to your safe place and there's this big red smoked
way that-
circus
yeah.
up there, that's kind of cool to like show off. But if I had to pick a moment, it can't be the ending fight. I think it would be fast-paced combat with Hornet.
Yeah.
Because the first part's where you meet in Green Path, and once you get upgrades further on, like the wings and everything, like the double dash and then shadow dash and everything like that, you eventually get consumed by a lot of void abilities.
Mhm.
And I think either those moments where you grasp those abilities in a trailer would be cool, or just, yeah, like I said, the fast-paced sword fighting combat.
And some of the characters do talk, like when you get the spirit ball, like the one that you can shoot. You get it from like a witch doctor who can talk.
They talk. The main character doesn't talk,
What's
which
the-
I hope for
What's
in the Legend of Zelda movie.
yeah, I hope.
I hope Link doesn't talk. If he
If
talks, I
Link
might walk
talks-
out of the.
That's what
I
I mean.
might
If
walk
he
out of
says
the theater.
it's Lincoln time,
He's
Oh, this is as easy as Lincoln Logs. I'm staying. I'm all over the screen.
this is it. Like a lot. All right, Ganon, your time is up. I can't.
give me back the princess, Ganon.
Oh.
But the scene that I would sell to producers, or the one I'm most excited
Yeah,
to
I
see
was gonna ask you.
for Sly Cooper, would be when like the clockwork in the first movie or in the first game.
Mhm.
It's the final section you get to. There's 4 major sections. You go to the clockwork facility and everything. It's a slog the entire time getting through it. It's some of the hardest missions you ever played, using
Oh,
everything
cool.
you've learned to get to that moment.
Ah.
And it's just so cool. But I think the final fight, because you lose every single skill you gained, and then you also just viscerally beat the shit out of this man.
Awesome.
You are taking out all. He murdered your parents. He murdered your lineage every time that you.
Sorry, I just thought of a funny bit. I was giggling.
What was the bit?
Holy crash out.
Okay. Bro,
Oh,
you
that's
killed my grandpa and my great great grandpa and my great 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 grandpa.
And then
Yeah.
when he's done, he says, "Ooh, almost lost my cool there."
Yeah. So for
All right,
every.
buddy, you're never writing a movie again.
So for
Which is terrible for you.
It's a lot of platforming. It's a lot of like cool movements.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't sell the heist of it portion,
No, it wouldn't.
but I want to see that clip so much where he just viscerally beats the shit out of this guy.
But is that like trailer? Oh, this is you pitching it.
This would be my
Right,
favorite,
not like a
scene
trailer.
To see
This is
kinda thing.
Magnopus.
For me to
that
pitch
is.
it, I would just basically straight up rip Ocean's 11, but it's just Sly
Yeah.
Cooper. I think the original trailer pitched it very well. For Sly Cooper, the original trailer, because like again, like
Yeah,
I said,
they
it
were
was
gonna
already
make
going to be a movie. The original pitch was very good because he's stealing from the police office, which is
Yeah.
the first scene of the first game. Like that's the first
Oh,
thing
cool.
you do is take your own police file, so that way they
Yeah.
don't have a case against you.
That's awesome.
That's actually
That's
it.
peak.
I don't want to like discredit the movie being real because like maybe it did happen, but I wonder if it's the same process of like the Majora's Mask movie trailer. Do you remember
Like,
that?
yeah, it could've been
blew up
something.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fan made.
Yeah, but no, like some people didn't know. People thought it
Yeah.
was real, right?
I don't think this one's fan made. I'm
I
gonna
would
look it
hope,
up
yeah.
after.
I think we should. I would like to know because
Because like there was that whole revival happening. I don't think a fake one coming out at that time would, because also it was insanely well done.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I haven't seen it, so I can only
was the
imagine.
Majora's Mask one. And
Yeah,
that was fan
that's
made.
true.
Like it's better than any animated movie probably for
Oh,
a
wow.
video game that's come out that's so true to its series.
100%.
I think we should link these the things.
Yeah, I'll put them in the
Link them in the
description.
Yeah.
description. Eric Gray, can you
Link,
get on that?
description, Legend of Zelda reference.
Hit the like button. Thanks for watching, guys.
Me, princess.
Excuse me, princess. I think. What do we think of adding Joey's segment in today?
We could
Do
definitely
you
do
have
that.
one off rip?
I always have my segment off of
All
Rip.
right.
I do
we
everything
wanna
off
set
of
you
Rip.
up a little
Yeah,
bit?
let's hype
So-
him up.
No, I mean like as in off the chair into a different setting.
Oh, I
No,
don't need to get
okay.
hyped up or anything. I can talk to the
You
camera.
want me to mute my mic
Because-
so it's just you?
I think we should be able to pitch in. Like
No,
if he
no.
picks Genshin Impact, I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
saying something.
never picking Genshin Impact.
Good.
Good.
I will never recommend that game to another soul besides my girlfriend.
So yeah, we're gonna start this new segment.
So-
Joey does.
Here,
he
I'll,
gives
I'll,
his,
I'll introduce
yeah,
my segment. It's my segment.
yeah,
You're not a
give it
part
to
him.
of this. So, this is Joey's segment, which is called the video game of the week. So, these videos come out weekly every Friday, and I thought it would be cool to just give a shout out to a little video game that I've been having fun on, or something that I remember fondly on before. Maybe it has great graphics, great style, great controls, or something like that. But I wanted to start this off. Starting it off strong is with the posters that are right behind Emmett and Aiden. We're starting off with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is a massive game. And I don't say massive lightly. Emmett, what was your experience with it? Talk about it.
What?
What?
Talk about it.
Talk about my experience.
Dude, this is Joey's video game section.
So, Breath of the Wild came out to me when I was in grade 8. Or it technically came out in grade 7.
Joey,
but
you shifted the light.
you dumb guy. It came out to me when I was in grade 8. I have... what is he doing?
It came out to you when you were in grade 8.
Yeah,
You-
for
it
audio
was
listeners,
gay.
Joey's running around. Came out to me. I actually went on Black Friday to buy this Switch. It was my first ever buying. I sold eggs in school to make money for this. And I remember going there and I didn't know that 13% tax. He is searching everything. Thank you. I got a bag of chips.
No, you don't.
It's like Cooper mentality. He just grabbed it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I
You
bought
got
it.
it in grade 8 with egg money.
Got it in grade 8 with egg money. Didn't know about taxes on Black Friday. I went there, huge line behind me, and I'm trying to pay with cash and like loonies and toonies. So that's all I had. And the dude's like, dude,
We just outed ourselves so hard for being Canadian.
Yeah.
Loonies and
dude, we
Doonies.
said we're from London, Ontario, like 10 times. Loonies, toonies, quarters, and the dude's like, hey, there's a huge line. You got to get out of here. Luckily, someone
Is that a
behind me.
vibrator?
No. Luckily, someone behind me had like their First Nations card, and they were able to scan it for
Ow.
me, which I think is illegal. But she scanned it for me, so I didn't have to pay a certain amount
Minecraft.
of taxes on
In
this
Minecraft.
in Minecraft. And I looked at it, and I was like, thank you, like, that's awesome. Went home, played it. I have over like 500 hours in that game playtime total.
Where is it? I'm missing my segment.
What are you looking for?
My graduation photo.
It's right behind there. I stare at it while we film.
What?
All the way down
Down.
there. Down, down, down.
is.
Yes.
Joey, I stare at it when we film.
This probably can't be on camera. I should like that. That will get us shadow banned so hard.
It's a Halloween drop.
Yeah,
You
nice.
got it for the Wii U?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, so I was a very big fan.
Wait, move
Hey,
mic,
I have
move
a
the mic,
feeling
move
the
the mic,
light
move
is
the mic.
covering you
Yeah.
as well. Try and shove that thing back if you can.
1 second, let me.
There, I think we're good now.
Yeah, Joey's good.
We're beautiful.
1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second.
And we're back.
So back to
Oh, fuck.
good. um, back to the actual segment though of video game of the week. This is an actual photo of me when I was younger that I just keep around and Emmett stares at while we record. But it's me holding The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Wii U. Now, it came out on Switch, and it was one of the Switch's debut kind of titles for it, one of its launch titles, and a very well-received game. I didn't have a Switch at the time. It was my first big purchase once I got it later, but I was so enamored with just watching this game, watching its beauty of its scenery, its characters, and how you interact with each other. The main character, how he's lost his memory and has to go back, and you as a character and you as a person get to learn his memories and what he knows both at the same time. Link never reacts to these types of things because Link doesn't talk. It's all internal and it's all up to your adaptation of what you think Link is feeling in these moments. I was very enamored by the game, so I got it for the Wii U. It looked absolutely terrible on the Wii U. I would not recommend that on my worst enemy to play. But I'm enamored with it all. I'm enamored with the cooking in the game that increases your stats or refills your hearts. Maybe it gives you cold resistance, armor up, and stuff like that. The combat in the game, besides for maybe the flurry rush, which is kind of just the I win button. So besides that, and maybe setting up traps, figuring out how to deal with encounters differently with the powers that are given to you, besides throwing 2 bombs around, some of the glitches you can do in the game, it's been played to death. You can play with the physics in the game. Everything's been done in it. Beautiful story, beautiful lore to the game on its own. A great adaptation for an open world Legend of Zelda game. Pretty well, I believe it's the first open world Legend of Zelda game where you can go anywhere in the game right as you're out of the tutorial.
Right as you're out
of the
yes,
tutorial.
You can go in. That was its main drawing point. It was very innovative.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere.
Like you're probably thinking of like Legend Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I was thinking of
You
Ocarina.
You can't go everywhere.
Yeah,
off
there's
the
a
hop.
few limitations.
Like this, you could
It
go straight to
railroads you.
Ganon and kick his ass.
There's like you can go either to like there's a point where you can choose to go to the Spirit Temple at like any time, but it's not truly.
It's not truly open
No.
because there's still stuff that's
It
locked behind
railroads
certain
you. It's
things.
It
locked
was-
behind interactions.
It was a non-linear game with a semi-non-linear storytelling style.
Yeah.
Big fan. It was the first of like redefined open world genre games, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
the best part about Nintendo and their main IPs is that usually when they come out, they are genre defying.
Yeah.
They normally, because there are some, where they don't just throw in the towel and be like, this works, do it to death. They always find something better for their main IPs, Mario and Zelda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even Mario Kart, like that game looks incredible.
Yeah,
It actually
they
does
kept
look really
redoing
good.
Mario Kart 8 probably because they couldn't think of anything new.
But now they did, and like the new Donkey Kong game coming out, that looks phenomenal.
Yeah, like imagine if Mario Kart was a yearly release, like FIFA or some shit. You know how boring, like no one would
Yeah, it
play
would be
it.
so boring.
I agree.
It would be
So I'm
so
glad
boring.
that Nintendo, while being a money pit, still really values games like integrity. Game
I can
integrity.
tell they
Yeah.
value money as
They
well.
also value- Can't say the same for Pokemon, which is Nintendo, but like more Game Freak.
It's more Game Freak,
Yeah.
published by Nintendo.
I'd also
Um,
I'd also like to end this segment off, just the little video game segment here. I'd like to end it off with saying it was the first video game for me to actually start looking at the critics of video games. Because not that I would fight tooth and nail for if it got a 9 on the Metacritic score or what have you, but everyone was giving it 10s. And so then, even with it being like the highest rated game, I would still look at other games that I played past it and go, oh, you're like an 89. So how are you comparable to this great game that I played?
It was like your
Yeah.
base game to compare.
It
stuff
was my
off of.
base
Yeah.
game, which is awesome because it was peak.
It was
So was
when it
that
came
your
out, it was peak.
hyperfixation? Like
No.
what like he has
Splatoon,
Mario Galaxy.
Splatoon.
Splatoon, yes. I'll talk about all of my favorite games pretty well. That's what the segment is.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would mean so much to us. Thank you to Ethan Mader Music, who made our
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah, I'll put his
Fantastic
Instagram
album.
down in the bio. He does music for good prices. He's really
It's-
nice to work with.
He's
actually.
incredible. I miss that
Oh,
guy.
crazy! So I've been playing the banjo, and I've been playing it since December,
Yeah.
and I'm able to play like Country Roads, Skip to My Lou, and like one bluegrass song that I forget the name of.
Yeah.
But it's like the first one I learned. He's like, yeah, I have about like 10 hours on this thing, and he was in my office. He's just playing it. I'm like,
He's so
what are you doing?
good.
He's like, I play
He's
it. I play
talented
it
as
sometimes.
He's
fuck.
so
It
good.
was incredible. He just played
How
it.
long did it take him to make our intro?
2 hours. Took him 2
That's
hours.
crazy.
Took him
He's
2
magical.
hours.
Dude,
Yep.
when it came to music, even in grade school and everything, that kid was magic.
He's
He's
got it.
incredible.
It's
Yeah.
his calling.
Huge,
It's his
huge
calling.
shout out to Ethan Mader. I hope he gets work from this, even
Yeah.
though it's just our
Put his
podcast.
like photo up. Just like I want
Flash
to
it
be
on
like, I want to
screen.
be like a newspaper winding
Get
it
him
up.
back.
All right, I will do that.
If he's
Oh.
okay with it, of course.
I don't think he gets a choice. Like I I don't know. Ethan and Anthony don't listen to the podcast.
Really?
They're supportive, but they're like, yeah, we don't listen. Honestly, I don't blame them.
That's fine.
What has
Yeah,
Anthony
teach your
ever done
own.
for the podcast? Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I think
Fuck no, baby.
I think there will be a time and a place where he will see this.
Yeah, I believe
maybe
so.
tomorrow, and it may be years down the line.
Yeah.
At some
Eventually see
point,
us,
you're gonna
though.
get socked.
Yeah.
If we brought you any business, you owe me a big sloppy kiss.
Deal.
Oh, good.
Does that work for me too?
This is a great time
That's
to end the
ending. Oh, it
episode.
zooms in on
Happy Pride Month.